morning and happy Saturday. It's the weekend finally. Just couldn't wait for this weekend. It is 9:20. Alfie's still asleep. He was up a bit in the night, and James is back to bed now. Owen is watching a bit of TV. I have a lot of work to do today, so I am going to start by editing the vlog from the last 3 days, so that's done and I don't forget, because I know otherwise I'll get caught up in work and then I'll think, oh, it's 5 o'clock, the vlog is supposed to go live now. Oh, I have not even started editing the vlog, which has happened a few times lately, or like I realized like half an hour before, but the thing that there is a bit of time I don't control for how long it takes for the video to go up. So I'm gonna do it now and schedule it, so then I know it's done and then I can get absorbed into my work until James is awake anyway. I'm just gonna do work in the living room and kind of plan all the work I have to do, because that will save me time after. If I have a clear list and I can just check it as I go along, it will be better. I figured I'm also gonna do edit my weekly video for next week, because that's something I want to do this weekend, so it's done before Sam arrives. And it's not like the little box, it's a one-take video, so it's literally checking everything is like, the sound is good everywhere and the light is fine, so just double check everything. But there's not much editing. I just add the intro and the outro, but because it's like a first impression thing, I usually film it all in one take now, so it's not long at all to edit, so that's good. And then I'm gonna have to do a lot of work. So yeah, probably will be spending most of the day in the office. I want to do as much as possible today. Ideally I would love to have everything finished today, but I don't think it's technically possible. I'm starting to debate whether I was going to do a massive amount of new releases there in my range, but I'm wondering, should I do half of it, because there's technically a kind of thing. I'm going to explain to you what I'm releasing, it might be easier. I'm making all the kits I have a size to fit a big A5 planner like this. But there's a lot of people who use smaller size planners, like the smaller Filofax, and it's a waste of money for them to have all the bigger stickers. They wouldn't use them, so I'm making all my kits of stickers for the weeks to also fit smaller planners. So that's one of the things. So all the kits I currently have, I'm making into smaller sizes. With that, it does take a long time to go through all of them and resize everything and all that. So I have this, so that's a lot of new kits. And also I'm doing kind of I don't know what I'm gonna call it, like either a pick and mix or a basics range. I'm just gonna show you. In my kits there are loads of different shapes of stickers, and some of them are just little labels you can write on to either color code or whichever way you plan. And the idea I have is that the kits I have are made to fit with certain planners in mind. There are a lot of people who either use things like bullet journaling, or who have a notebook and they just fill it in as they go along, and those people just need certain types of labels. So I've made sheets, this is one of them, with like one type of sticker in different colors, which is going to be available for every single shape of stickers I do. So this is taking a lot of time, but once it's done I'll be glad. So I have those two things. So I was going to release both ranges on Monday, but now I'm contemplating releasing all the smaller kits on Monday, and then once Sam is away, releasing all the other ones, either maybe not the week after, but the week after that again. I need to see. So I think I'm going to focus on doing all the small kits first. Depending on how much work I have left to do after that, I will decide what I'm doing. But this is kind of a summary of what I'm going to be working on. I will not be vlogging myself working, because it's pointless. So I might hand the camera over to James at some points, probably, because he's going to be the one with the boys. And yeah, so I'll get stuck in and I will see you later on, or maybe James will see you later on, I don't know yet. So it's now 11:30. I have done all the editing I could do, and I've also spent a good hour scheduling when I do what, like this week and next week. I do find that if I have to-do list with clear things to do when to do them and all that, I'm a lot more productive. And I figured I'm waiting now for the videos to upload, to be able to put the thumbnails and all. And I have about 10-15 minutes before that's all done. So in the meantime, I am just going to make a quiche for lunch, so then when the boys come back it will be ready and we can all have that for lunch, and at least it's a nice mommy meal for, you know, for everybody. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to set the oven to heat up, to warm up. Yes. I've made the decision that I am gonna do one new release on Monday, like half of the stuff, and then the rest 2 weeks after, because I'm also taking part in a special event in the middle. I can't tell about, but I'm thinking this way it's not all the good stuff all in one go, it's kind of spread out throughout the month. So it means that this way I don't have to stress as much over how much I have to do. I can do things to the standard I want them to be done without too much stress. It's just pointless to stress over it, especially when it's not like I have already announced stuff and it's just a fight with myself. That's basically what it is. So I think the reason why sometimes things don't happen is just because they shouldn't happen, and maybe it was a bad idea to release everything in one go, and that's what all week I've been trying to do. And it hasn't worked. It just clearly has not worked. So I'm going to take it as a sign from the universe telling me this is not meant to happen that way, and go with what is more doable. And this way I can also get some time, some family time tomorrow. And since I've made the decision, I feel a lot more relaxed. I don't know why I didn't make that earlier in the week, but I guess that's life. So I'm going to make a quiche for everyone. So this way we can have lunch together, and then I will work most of the afternoon. James is going to take the boys to the library. He's been telling Owen to he would bring him for a wee while, and it hasn't happened yet because they have they've cut down their opening hours quite a lot, and it was just never possible. At times we could, so yeah, so he's going to do that this afternoon. We're going to bring them both there, and I'm going to get work done, but then hopefully it means tomorrow we can do something nice. So yes, so it's time to make a quiche now. And the quiche is in the oven, and it should be finished, ready at I don't know when, in 39 minutes from now. So yeah, you work it out. And excuse the strobe effect, but my editing and uploading and scheduling is done.
Right, let's see if I've got this. Okay. So Owen, do you want to tell everyone where we're going?
To the library.
I wanted to go last week, but we couldn't. Alfie just fell asleep at a very awkward time, so we're going to try to get to the library now and back again while he's still sleeping. So
this is going to be tricky.
But it's a mission, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still tricky.
Well, let's go and see what we can find. So we've just arrived at the library, and of course, this being Ireland, it has just started to rain. So
a little bit.
A little bit. Oh, you're just going to focus on. So Owen, how many books do you want to get out?
I don't know how many I'm allowed though.
How many would you like to get if you can?
3 or 4.
That many?
Yeah.
Well, let's go and find out how many books you're allowed. So we have just finished in the library. Do you want to tell them how many books you got, Owen?
6.
Yes, he did. He got 4 Star Wars books for himself, and then which are all the ones that were on display. Then he got 2 books for Alfie. We'll be able to show you them when we get home.
I actually got 4.
Yes. Then I got 3 things for myself. I'll show you them too. It's just a little sad actually being in the library now, because it has maybe 1/10 of the books it had whenever I was a teenager over the last 20 years. It's just the number of books and the number of hours it's open have just been slashed. It's obvious the council is going to, you know, run it down to reduce the number of people coming so they can justify closing it at some point.
Why?
Because they don't want to pay for libraries, Owen. They think, what else can we use the money on? And they don't want to spend it on a library anymore. But sure, we can show you the books when we get home. So here's a quick haul video. This is what Owen got. He saw these 4 Star Wars books on display, and then he just had to have them. Then he went and got these 2 books, Kitten Day Out and Market Day, to read to Alfie without realising he already has these books up the stairs. But we can just read them again among ourselves, can't we?
Yeah. What's that all back over again? Actually, we could pretend we don't have. We could pretend these are the books we already had. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, this is not a horror movie. There's no electricity in our area at the moment. So I'm just gonna light some candles and do it the old-fashioned way. Luckily our dinner is just cooked. When is off to bed, but we're letting him come down because it's pitch black in the house and pitch black outside, even the street lights are off. And our phone signals are down, so I'm guessing it's big power cut in the whole area. Hopefully it won't take too long to be sorted. I had just finished working a lot there, so yeah, I'm gonna get candles sorted to light up the living room so we can stay in here for now. And yeah, luckily there's a flashlight on my phone for me to get everything. And yeah, we're gonna let Owen stay up later because he's very scared of the dark and his night lights are all off because they are on the power thing. So I'll get all the lights set up and show you our cozy evening. So there's our little setup. It doesn't make a massive difference to the light really, but we're just gonna have a candlelit dinner. Not an intentional one, but
Yeah, because the electric went off only for the light, like it went.
well, no, all the electricity when we can't turn the TV on or anything either.
We can't turn phones on.
But phones like that are not plugged in, so they don't need it. They have a battery inside. But once the battery runs out, we can't charge them without the electricity.
Yeah.
When I have my light box with batteries in it, Owen's lamp it has a battery and you can charge it over USB, and it was charged during the day, so it's charged. I have one which has a Totoro thing, which is powered by USB, and we have an external USB battery, so this is on. And the candles. The candles are not giving too much light, so we went with little battery powered lights. So it's a little bit less dark. It's not great, is it? Hopefully it comes back quickly.
2, 3, 4.
So the estimation for the power to be restored is half 11 tonight, and it's not even 9 o'clock. So we're gonna let Owen stay up a little bit longer. We're playing a board game. James is away to the shopping center with Alfie just to try and distract him because he's going insane in here. So just try to, you know, get him out a little bit, and we're just gonna play board games for a while and then go to bed, and and then the power will be back. It's now 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna bring Owen to bed with some lights up the stairs. And we've saved one of his lights. We didn't turn it on now, so it would be working during the night. Hopefully the power will be back in about an hour and a half. I'm gonna stop the vlogging for now. I'll continue in the morning unless anything crazy happens. But for now I'm just gonna bring Owen to bed because it's 10 PM. He really needs to go to sleep now. Usually at 7:30 he's in bed, so I'm gonna get him settled, and I'll see you later on. Bye. Want to say night?
Good night.
Good morning, and the light is back. Came back about 11:30, so just 15 minutes after what they estimated, which is pretty good. And in the end, Owen went to bed after a while. James went to drive around with Alfie and went to the shops to get more batteries in case we need it for the extra lights during the night. And we then ended up putting the boys to bed and playing Harry Potter Cluedo, which we probably wouldn't have done if the electrics wasn't off. Also, while James was away and Owen was already in bed, I suddenly felt the inspiration to work on a new sticker kit, which I hadn't planned to do. I still had more work to do on what I wanted to do, but I just felt really inspired for that one, so I decided to do it. And I did. So it turned out to be a positive thing in the end, having no electrics. We had some nice time playing board games, like first with Owen and then with James, and I got extra sticker sheets made, so I'm just going to focus on that. It's back on now. I have no idea what happened. I'm just going to check the news just to see, but it happens sometimes, so I'm guessing the power cut off at one thing, but it's just, yeah, It was quite a long time with no power when you have two small children. I was literally watching a show. It's a show from Canada, like the French part, from Quebec, and it's about people who live as people in the 30s who colonized parts of Canada to settle, like to build new settlements and all that. And I was literally wondering, I wonder if I could do that, and if I would find it really interesting to do that show. But I wonder what I would struggle with the most. And I was thinking, the no electricity thing, it wouldn't be a problem when you're in that setting because there's so much things to do. And literally the power cut off, and I realized how much I rely on it. So bad. So bad. But yeah. So I thought it was funny. And yeah, so today we are getting, our two cars are getting serviced. The mechanic that services our car comes to your house, so it's quite handy. So he's going to come this afternoon and service both our cars. Mine is going for the MOT on Saturday next week, so at least if there's anything needs changed and all, we can do it in the meantime. I know one of my lights went off 2 nights ago, so I need to get that changed as well. And I'm gonna finish some of my work, and then I will probably make a start on preparing Sam's room. But if I've done everything else, I can always do it tomorrow or even Tuesday, because he's arriving late in the evening. So I feel a lot less stressed now that I've made changes to my plans and all. It's just, I just feel like, I know it's definitely achievable as long as I do some work today. So yeah, it feels great. Hi, so little update. I don't know if you remember, but 4 weeks ago I was sick all weekend, and then 2 weeks ago again, and yesterday I was saying it could be around 3 because the boys were getting sick, and guess who has a temperature now? Yay! I've had a temperature between 38 and 39 all day. Just taken some, half an hour ago I took some painkillers to try and bring it down. It's going down a bit. So hopefully it will be, like the boys, it didn't last long, but it's just really annoying. It's constant at the moment. We are all getting sick all the time. If it was just us, I would worry, but it's just, it seems like everybody around us is getting sick constantly, and that's why I can't just help but blaming the Northern Irish weather, because everybody seems to get sick over and over and over again, and every time it goes around the house, and then there's another round and another round. So yeah, I'm guessing that's what it is. Anyway, so I have worked quite a lot this morning, to a point where I just couldn't anymore. I had to lay down, and I didn't sleep, but I rested, and I'm just going to do the rest for the same for the rest of the day. I will just focus on getting better before Sam arrives, even if it means his room is not as perfect as I planned it to be to start with. I'm sure he will prefer to have me healthier and have less of a super nice room than me getting sick the few days he's here. So you can see Alfie is pretty happy now, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be running around like a crazy monkey. Oh, okay, I know why he's running around like a crazy monkey now. There's the reason why. So the man who was servicing our cars is just away, and the verdict is my car needs one new tire, new front wipers, one of the side lights is off, I noticed that 2 nights ago, and the front brake pads can get through to the MOT test, but he doesn't think I'm going to get through like another year, so I don't want to have, the roads are very wet here, so I don't want to have messed up brake pads, so but I can still get it through the MOT, and then I can fix that after. James's needs 2 new front tires, the front wipers need replaced, and his wheels needs aligned, which then we have to get done at the tire place. And he needs something, he has rust on one of his brake pads at the back, so he needs that sorted. So he's gonna come back in another week or so to fix the rest of the cars. But yeah, so James is gonna go now to get my wipers and my lights sorted, and then I'll go and get the wheel at some point. Yeah, at some point whenever I can. I'm feeling much better tonight, and I'm just gonna go to bed now. And I will see you in the next vlog on Wednesday night. Bye!